Dead Rising 4. This is a game that's been taking a lot of heat over the past couple of months over all the changes Capcom's been making. They removed the timer. I'm fine with that. I hated the timer. They changed Frank, his voice, and his appearance. A lot of people hate it. I'm fine with it. It's not a big deal to me. See, if it was a character that I was well known with, and I spent a lot of time with, a la Snake, David Hayter as Snake in the Metal Gear Solid franchise, that's a lot of shit. Frank West, the actor, TJ Rotillo, whatever, was in one game, a DLC, and then a spin-off. That's not a lot of time to really grow attached to this voice actor. It really isn't. David Hayter was with Snake forever. It was forever. It was a decade. It was 1998 with Metal Gear Solid to 2008-ish with Metal Gear Solid 4. And then he did some things after that, like Peace Walker. So it was even more than a decade. It's a long time. Now, I know a decade has passed since Dead Rising to Dead Rising 4, but he wasn't in every single game in that period of time. So a lot of people are complaining, and I'm just not seeing it. I get the complaints about Metal Gear Solid 5 changing the voice actor, but I don't see it here. It's just not relevant enough. Now, this game is very similar to 3. I'm fine with that. I liked 3. A lot of people didn't, but, each their own. 4, I liked until the very end. And by the very end, I mean the literal end, the ending of this game. And that's because it's not finished. It's a cash grab. It's a DLC cash grab. And I was very hesitant when I heard about the Frank Rising DLC before the game was released. I was like, oh, Frank's infected again, and he's got to do this, and they're going to blow up Willamette. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because the whole point of Dead Rising 4, there is no time limit until the very end. Then they said it was at the very end. And I was like, oh, okay. And then once you read more about this DLC, it's this super spoiler territory. But at the very end, Frank falls from the helicopter into and a zombie just starts mawing at him, and all the fog comes in, and then the helicopter just takes away, and Vic's got her little chip from the camera, and that's it. And that's when the DLC is going to start. Frank is infected. The military is going to bomb Willamette, and he needs to find a cure and get out of there before the time limit is up. And it's just, oh my god, this is Capcom all over again. They did this with Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath, they sold you the true ending of that game. They sold it to you. Something that should be there already. A game should be complete. It should be beginning, middle, and end, full story, no extras. If you want to, that's it. That's how it is. And if you want to put something else in it that adds to the story, that expands upon an already completed work of fiction, that's fine. Whatever. You don't have to pay for that. You already have your complete product. But Dead Rising 4 is not complete as a story without this paid DLC bullshit. And I know why Capcom is doing it. They're bankrupt. They're bankrupt. They keep releasing exclusives like Dead Rising 4 and all these things, even for only a year's time, because they need a publisher to front them the money to release these games. They have no money to release these games anymore because they're such a failure now. They failed so hard. A lot of people have been asking. The last good game I think I remember playing from Capcom, I think, was Dragon's Dogma. And people have been clamoring for a sequel. And everyone thought Deep Down might have been that sequel. I haven't heard shit from Deep Down in years. And I don't see what Capcom is doing. And now they're just fucking up again and again. And it's just so hard to see. This company in a couple of years is going to be gone. They're slowly becoming like Konami, where they just don't care anymore. And it's sad that it's been like this, but it's just, and I'm gonna be one of those sheep. I'm gonna have to I don't want to be one of those sheep that buys the DLC. I mean, I really don't. I might just have to watch somebody else, another sheep, buy it, and then I'll watch the playthrough of the DLC Frank Rising on YouTube, because I don't want to support this. I really don't. And I don't think anybody should. This is bad. You shouldn't support developers that do this. Even if they are struggling, this isn't the way to go about it. You don't go about it by leaving something out of a finished product and sell it to your fan base and tell them it's complete and then sell them the real ending later. That's just not good business, and it's just not good to your fans.